the White House kept this thing going in the Rose Garden yesterday, telling the 4 freshman congresswomen to leave the country if they don't like it, and that many people agree with him on it. And the so-called squad joined forces to respond to him. Take a look.
You know, sex is an incredible thing, and it's a beautiful thing.
That's funny.
Was that on purpose?
So, what'd you think of their statements?
Incredible thing.
That was a mix-up. That was a mix-up. That was a mix-up. That happens from time to time. You ready now?
This is the agenda of white nationalists. He would love nothing more than to divide our country based on race, religion, gender, orientation, or immigration status.
Sadly, this is not the first, nor will it be the last time we hear disgusting, bigoted language from the president. We know this is who he is.
So, what'd you think of those statements?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Anybody?
Go ahead.
Okay, I thought they were, it was nice to hear them say that. I will remind everybody that as much as we hate to hear a lot of this stuff, this is still America.
Yeah.
And people have the right to say what they think and how they feel. Everybody has that right. Whether you're a congressman or you know who in the White House, they all have the right to say, because this is still America. Remember this. Remember this, because if this right goes away for us to speak freely without fear of being arrested or condemnation in a way that is financial or any of that stuff, if that goes away, we are you-know-whatted.
Well,
okay?
I think, Whoopi, that's...
No, we're not. Not yet.
Let's
no, this is still... Listen, this is still America, and the
She said we already
are, and I'm saying no. Our Constitution kept a lot of really bad stuff from happening. Our Constitution did that. Now,
Preach,
the laws...
Whoopi. Yes, exactly.
The laws in this country, you know, some of them are good, some of them are bad. We have the power to change them because that's what we do, but we still have that right. Right now, we still have that right. This is still America. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I heard. I heard for patriots is what I heard during their press conference. And I think that the president is a racist. I think he used bigoted and racist language. I think it's unfortunate that many in Republican leadership have been unwilling to come forward and call a spade a spade. But I will say this. It got a little better yesterday. It got a little better. But I will say this. You know, when you look at the bigger picture, what this president is doing is he is trying to squelch dissent. What he seems to be most upset about is the fact is that these 4 freshman congresswomen are willing to say, I am an American. I do not believe that this country always gets it right, and I do not believe that it is living up all the time to the very promise of America, which is life, liberty, and justice for everyone, regardless of race, regardless of creed. And he doesn't like that dissent. And to be able to dissent is what America is about.
I would like to talk about the fact that I think that he is running very scared right now. Because look at what's going on, really. Mueller is going to come out next week and talk. Barr and Trump do not know what Mueller is going to say. No, they don't really know. So they're scared. They're scared. He's scared about this Epstein case, which could be a real bag of worms in there. There are photographs of him with this guy Epstein. We're talking about child molestation, child rape. Acosta just had to resign in disgrace. E. Jean Carroll is threatening to open the investigation on...
So you think he's running...
The woman that's alleged...
If he doesn't win in 2020, he will be indicted and possibly go to jail. He is like a cornered rat. He doesn't know policy. I mean, all he does is attack people's ethnicities and their race because he doesn't have a clue about what the policies are. He's stupid.
Well, he's not.
He is. I think he's stupid. Do you? I think he's stupid.
I don't think he's stupid, but I don't think he's politically astute at all.
Well, that's what I
because
mean.
the politics
That's what
of
I'm
this,
talking about.
Okay, the politics of this is, and please remember before this happened, on Friday night, the progressives and Nancy Pelosi it was all full gangs of New York style fighting with one another on Twitter. It was fascinating to watch.
He's united the Democratic Party.
Well, he has.
Yeah.
That is exactly
It's a
what
beautiful
happened.
thing.
Yeah.
But what's interesting to me is that the squad, for me right now,
Yeah.
is the face of the Democratic Party. And I believe that, again, as everyone knows, like their politics are far too left for me, far too radical. Ilhan Omar, at a certain point, the House passed a resolution condemning hateful expressions of intolerance,
Yes.
which passed 407 to 23 because of her anti-Semitic comments.
Well, yes, but I want to point something
Can I
out with
please
that.
finish?
Yes, you can, but I just want to point out it's still America.
Yes, it is America.
Okay,
and
that's
you
what I
can
wanna say.
it. But
Thanks.
of course, you can say whatever you want in this country. Thank God, and we are all free speech advocates here at The View. Otherwise, we wouldn't have a job.
Yes.
But you can't say anything without ramifications.
Right.
If it's the case of President Trump, or if it's in the case of Ilhan Omar saying things that many people interpreted as anti-Semitic, myself
Or
included,
disagreed with, yes.
or disagreed with. But what I will say is, Rashida Tlaib is one of the people when she first got elected. She said impeach. Calling for impeachment yesterday, which Nancy Pelosi continues to come out and say she's not for.
For the moment.
Right.
For the moment.
Right.
So what I'm curious to see is if the squad will pull the rest of the Democratic Party to impeachment, which I have said time and time again, and I said one time irresponsibly, and thank you for correcting me, Whoopi, because I said it a little too aggressively, but if you take that risk, not shot risk, if you take that risk, it will end up, we'll see what the politics end up happening.
And I don't think that the squad represents the entire Democratic Party. I think that the Democratic Party is a very broad-based party. I think it's a huge tent. I think that they have new, fresh ideas, and I think that there's room for new ideas. But I do think that the Republican Party wants the squad to be the face of the Democratic Party.
Well, you
if
know
you
what?
watch Fox News,
If they
they're
become,
mentioned
you know
over
what?
and over again.
I'm just going to say
I think
this.
That's a calculation.
If the Democratic Party starts to look a lot more like these women, I'm okay with that. If the Democratic Party, and I mean this and if there is room for us to disagree within the Democratic Party about your experience or how you feel about Israel or how I feel about Africa or how I feel about America, if we can still have that conversation, I'm okay with that, because that's, for me, what the Democrats used to really all be about. It wasn't you can't say this or you can't say that. You can say it, but no, you're going to get your behind kicked. Right. It's like when I mean no disrespect, but remember when the comic wanted to say that, I have to say the N-word because I'm not allowed to say the word anymore, apparently. Remember, he wanted to come out, he wanted to be able to say the N-word. Remember that? And we said, well, you can say it, but there's going to be problems.
Yeah.
Oh, people are going to be upset. So just know that you can go ahead and do it, and you take your chances. And I think that's what.
But I
we're
actually
looking at.
don't want. I don't like political infighting in general, because I do think the country's ripping itself apart. And I do watch Fox News every single night. And I think the idea that the Fox News viewer somehow wants this country or the Democratic Party to be tearing itself apart, that is not who I am. I don't think that's what
No,
many
I don't think you
conservatives.
did you just say that?
I just think that I also hear, like, you know, that's what Sonny said, that, like, that's what Fox News wants. I don't believe that because I watch Fox News it means that I want the Democratic Party to be represented by
the
the
leadership in the Republican Party keeps using the word socialist. Now Lindsey Graham says these women are communists. I mean, what are we, in the 1950s again? Shut up, Lindsey.
Hold on one second. Yes. Well, when we come back.